comment section. If you are new, welcome to our love nest over here on Talk Taurus Tarot. If you guys are returning, welcome back, you guys. Um, I do have a couple announcements, so before I get into the channel message, I just want to get the announcements out of the way, and this way I don't got to be distracted. Okay, so um, there's a couple of things. First, I want y'all to know I see y'all. I appreciate all y'all love in the comment section. Um, just in general, I just wanted to say I love you guys. Thank you. I appreciate all of y'all feedback. There are some comments that I feel spiritually guided to talk about. So I'm working on something when it comes to that. But I just wanted to let y'all know that everything that I do and everything that I say, um, it's not always coming from me directly as the medium, okay? I have absolutely no idea of what spirit is going to usually talk about, or the spirit that's going to come over me during a reading. I have no control of what spirit want to talk about and how they want to channel those messages through me. So again, if anyone feels triggered or offended, I promise you it is not my intention to do any of that at all. Okay. I just wanted to put that out there because I don't have any prejudice or hates that I'm trying to project into the collective. It's just the spirit that, um, it's just spirit. All right. And I don't have no control over that. And if you struggle with control issues, that may be a trigger for you, most especially. All right. So moving on. I wanted to let you guys know as a way to express my love and gratitude for all of the positivity and support as well on this journey, because we all are in the same position. I go through things in life. I'm dealing with my own personal issues, but I appreciate you guys having the grace and the patience as I am still learning and growing myself. So it's been a pleasure to just connect with each and every single person that has booked Zoom call readings, and we've had to have one-on-one conversations and face-to-face sessions with each other. It's been an honor to meet so many Taurians within the collective, or just people in general, that felt like they could trust the guidance coming being channeled through me. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know as I'm closing out the Zoom calls and that's coming to an end, I genuinely appreciated being able to kind of tap in with you guys on a face-to-face basis and have a more personal interaction with you guys. It's been a pleasure sharing and holding space for each other in that season. So in this next phase, I will be expressing that same gratitude that y'all have been giving to me. I'm going to be hosting I will be, excuse me, let me correct that. I will be hosting a live stream event on my Talk Tequila channel. So if you're not following me over on my Talk Tequila channel, all of the links for my other channels are in the description box. I also post over there the predictions. Over here on the Taurus channel is like this channel right here for Taurus is more mediumship. My Talk Tequila channel is more psychic predictions. It's more utilizing the psychic abilities and things like that. I do channel messages for the overall collective as well over there. So if y'all are into that, check it out. But I'm going to be offering predictions. So like personal readings for August predictions. So whether that be in love, career, or whatever you want a prediction on in the month of August, that reading is only going to be $28. And there's a special that I'm currently doing right now. So it's like the first 20 people, you guys will receive $10 off. So pretty much that's making the entire reading less than $20. So about like $18 if I'm not mistaken. And again, I don't pick these numbers when I make them. Spirit gives me the numbers, and I these are like random numbers. Okay, so that's the number that so if you pretty much if you sign up for the link for the reading, it'll be like under $20 for a reading. All right. So I'll be hosting that live stream on my Talk Tequila channel. I'm going to put all of those updates and informations in the community tab on both this channel and my other channels. So that way everyone is up to date. You won't have to worry about what if I missed the live stream or anything like that. You can pre-order the reading, and you're going to be pretty much kept up to date about when it's your turn, how many people are before you. So the day of the stream is really like a prepaid reading. I'm gonna leave the list open throughout the live until Spirit tells me to stop. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys a heads up so you know where to look. So if you want to find out about the live stream reading that I'm going to be doing, check the community tab. If you do not follow me on this channel or my Talk Tequila channel, that's where you're going to be updated. That's where I'm going to put all the information. If you are a Love Nest member on my website, talktequila.com, I'm going to post the announcements on my website. So that's kind of like the update, the major updates that I wanted you guys to know about. The flyer and all of the ways to click the link and purchase is going to be on the community tab. The last day, so let's talk about the tarot workshop. So for the tarot class, that starts August 5th. The last day to sign up for the tarot workshop is going to be July 31st. So all the links to get over to the tarot class is going to be in the description box as well. Again, July 31st is the last day that I'll be accepting slots for the tarot class. All right. So let's jump into these comments. I need to pull up something right quick. I had an interesting dream last night and I'm trying to put the pieces together because I don't really know what it's saying. So I feel like all of it's connected. I just have to kind of like figure out how and to what extent what Spirit's trying to tell me. So I think that's kind of going to be what we're doing right now. So let's get into the channel messages. So this is not going to resonate for every Taurus. When I asked Spirit, where do you want me to channel this message? They told me on this channel. So, majority of you, this message is for you. But it's not going to resonate for every Taurus. The card that you had come out, Taurus, was Omo, which is family. All right. And this card pretty much speaks about what is this card talking about? Um, this card pretty much speaks about like, you know, family, having good days with your family, having bad days with your family, but also kind of like your future generations to come. Okay. Or the fact, okay, that's what it is. We may not be able to choose the family that we want, but we get the family that we need. And as difficult as that may feel or that may sound, we have the sun and the moon. So the opposites, right? So let's say you are the black sheep of your family. You may have incarnated into a family where they like to lie a lot, they like to hide, they like to pretend like they're not doing anything, but your light illuminates their darkness. So opposites is attracting in that sense as well. So whatever this is, Taurus, Spirit wants you to know that the reason why you incarnated into a particular family, bloodline, whether that be karmic or whatever, because there's some shattered glass in the mirror here, is so that way you could kind of like the bottom of the deck said, higher perspective. So you could unlock something within yourself. It was always really about you, okay? And not necessarily the other people connected to you. That's the best way that I could describe this card here. There's something about your family, your desire for family, your desire to have a family, or your desire to be loved by your family, creates this chemistry or this chemical bond or this chemical connection that has a adverse effect. loved, right? So the more you want to be loved by your family or you want to be accepted, and the more that they push you away, it ignites some type of fire within you. It ignites some type of rage within inside of you, that ascends, and it kind of like disintegrates the old version of you and brings forth the new version of you some way, somehow. And that's how you've been ascending. Your higher perception has been ascending and ascending so much is through these the bonds that you've had with your family. It's what you needed, not what you wanted. If you could have it your way, you wouldn't probably participate in any of this. But there's something being unlocked within you, Taurus, and it has something to do with the next 7 generations. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever decision it is that you recently made to ascend your perception, the next 7 generations are going to benefit from your decision, which means there's a couple here. So I don't know who you're connecting with or who you're collaborating with, but it feels like there's a couple that's about to see their future. All right. And their future is going to be pretty much covered and protected for the next 7 generations. It doesn't feel like a deal, it feels like a promise. And I feel like it's important for you to know that because with my booty at the bottom of the deck, you may wonder if if you're accepting some type of manipulative agreement or if you're being manipulated into into this illusion, right? Because the mirror also represents illusion but the mirror is cracked at the same time. It hasn't really shattered, which means something is could potentially be put back together again. So this is pretty much saying that there's fragments. There's a lot that has been fragmented already thus far. And for those of you that are older, I feel like you have already became aware of what's fragmented in your bloodlines or in your family. Like where you may be a part of that seventh generation, right? You understand this real well, but it's like it keeps going every 7 generations. Something about 7 generations. For those of you that are like young couples, or you're just, let's say, even if you're not a couple, there may be a separation or no contact type of energy here, a breakup that has happened. Um, and the dogs are barking. Yeah, you may have felt like hunted down, like no matter what I do, something never comes together or is never brought back together again. I feel like the feminine energy has been on this journey of constantly feeling like you're being chased down like a dog, okay? Or treated like a dog. Your entire life, you may just have this deep as void of feeling as if, all my life I had to fight, I had to struggle. There's that energy of like, it's deep scars because my chest hurt. It's like deep scars. Um, and the masculine energy is, I feel like the masculine energy be in it for their own reasons as well of why they want to build a family. Because you see how there's like a golden frame made out of cannabis leaves, but it's like it's enshrined in gold. So I feel like the masculine's desire to create a name for themselves, the masculine desires to create the framework or have the perfect foundation for themselves to create this optical illusion. I feel like the feminine energy is looking at this situation like, am I just recreating another illusion, or is this the real thing? You know what I'm saying? And it has a lot to do with history with your family and what you have learned. Like you've gained some type of perception around what drives and what motivates a person, people, family to invest, right? Like they'll invest in you even if they're jealous of you. They will be my voice is breaking up. They'll support you and they'll be there for you as long as you're able to maintain some type of lifestyle for them. This there's this greed or this desire for power, and then cloaking it in like doing this for the generations to come, and that being the story or the illusion or the optical illusion that has been perpetuated for generations on generations. And I feel like that is shattering, that's cracking, but it's only happening because you you and your opposite are choosing to evolve it beyond that prior optical illusion, into a higher perspective. Because eyes are also like windows, right? Glass, eyes, those are all symbolic for vision and perspective and also illusion. And there's supposed to be like some type many gifted children here. There's going to be like many gifted children, and you're going to be able to tell because like these kids are, they have like old souls, they may have like old mannerisms. So there's going to be gifted children that will continue to incarnate over the next 7 generations with the spirit of like ancestor wisdom, ancestor personality, things like that. So they want you to know that whatever you're agreeing to do, you may feel like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to provide, I don't know how I'm going to be able to take care of, because you have ascended your perception, and so has this masculine or vice versa. Whatever you co-create with them, you can rest assured that the children are already going to possess the necessary the necessary perception, okay, to run their race or to facilitate their purpose. That's pretty much what they're trying to say. You have a very unique perspective towards that is needed. I feel like the masculine energy is being used to study the feminine energy. Take it how it resonates. And it's because y'all think alike. Y'all have the same type of perception when it comes to certain matters. So this masculine energy is being used to kind of look into you like a looking glass. All right, to kind of predict what your next steps are, or what your weaknesses are, what drives you, what motivates you. And I feel like what's driving the divine feminine in this entire situation right here is the need to know the truth, or the need for the truth. What's driving the masculine energy feels like it's been the need to validate the why, like why they're doing something. The need to validate they want it. The need to validate their wants. And I feel like feminine energy is in the space of needing to validate their truth. Okay? Because that's how they're showing it to me. But to know you is to know themselves. So a part of knowing themselves makes their perspective very unique when it comes to trying to crack your code, divine feminine. It's something about needing a key. Okay, masculine energy feels like they're being used to unlock something inside of feminine energy. And sometimes the closest that they can get to that creation, immaculate conception, is by constantly procreating with physical children. I feel like there's this hardwired desire of wanting to co create with divine feminine energy because they're trying to reach that void. within divine feminine that creates from itself. They're trying to unlock something that isn't naturally unlocked through masculine energy. I feel like it's something that you gotta be a key. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be a key. That's what they're pretty much saying. You gotta have that perspective. So this is the closest that they can get. And when they're saying they, you're gonna have to do your own discernment on what they mean when they say they. Okay, but you have the power, Taurus, to change the perception of the world with the proper vehicles of your delivery. So think of your think of your frame as like the framework in which you work in. So whether that's in the medical field, whether that's, at the bank, that's the framework of what you work in and you express your optical illusion through, right? That's you're creating your destiny. So that's what spirit is saying. Like, within your framework, you have the power to change the perception, and as the vehicle, you're the person, and how you deliver it. Okay, so how you present it is going to be what separates you from the rest, is what they're saying. So they want you to use this as a reminder whenever you start to doubt yourself. Like, why are these my family members? Why are these people around me? Why can't I get rid of these fucking karmics? Why am I constantly having to deal with certain things? They want you to just be reminded that we're born with families we may not want, but we need them. We're born into karmic situations that we may not want, but we need them. And so spirit wants me to kind of get into you for a second, okay? Who you really are. Okay? Like, y'all don't even understand. Like, spirit is saying people look up to you, Taurus. If you don't feel like they do, they look up to you. What comes up is always going to rain down on you. Whatever you think about is always going to pour over you, especially in feminine energy, okay? You don't have to be a female, it's just a matter of energy. Because you can create something out of nothing. Yeah, you have hermetic, create healing. You can heal, you can recreate, you can pray for anything and it's going to shower you. It's going to just rain down on you. So let's talk about the variance of you. Okay? There's only one divine feminine energy, but there are many variants of that expression of divine feminine energy and that expression of divine masculine energy. Okay? But it's like this. There are more there are more there's like a scarcity, right? And it's flipped. You know how they say there's more women in the world than there are men? Okay, I'm hearing that's flipped. It's been flipped. It's really the opposite, optical illusion. So what appears to be one way is the opposite. Okay? You know how they tell you to fear God so that way you are always protected by being obedient? It's flipped. Do not fear God, right? It's like everything that they've been pretty much giving you or feeding you has been the reverse. And in order to undo that and recreate and heal that, you have to input the opposite. It's like, you know how addition and subtraction go hand in hand? Just like multiplication and division, it's mathematics, right? So for everything that's been inflicted upon you, that's an addition, right? Onto you is addition. And in order to take away, you have to do less than something, right? You have to go in the opposite direction. So you have to take away, which is still subtraction. So whatever program was given to you, you take it away. And there's the sum of, and then you'll become the sum of whatever it is that you've given yourself. I hope that makes sense for whoever is supposed to make sense for. This is a confirmation. If you've been wondering, like, what are you missing, like a key ingredient or a key recipe or some shit like that, take a mathematical approach to whatever it is that you're creating here. Okay. So here's what's so unique about you, Taurus. This is why whoever you are, whoever y'all are, because it is a collective of y'all, is smaller in numbers, but there's many of you just in cross different timelines and different dimensions. The reason why you're such a threat, okay, is because you possess, like, you have the power, you already have the power of like 4 out of 6 of all the infinite gifts you could potentially acquire. You see how all these keys are here? You you pretty much already have all the power. Okay? At this phase on your journey, whenever you're guided to this reading, you don't even know it yet. Some of you do, some of you don't. You already are using 4 of those 6 gifts. Okay, there are more, but they want you to focus on the 6 gifts. Something about the number 6 is significant. It unlocks your realm and your dimension. Okay, they want you to learn how to use the ability to unlock the power. In order for you to learn how to use that ability, it's going to take a karmic. It's going to take a karmic family member, a karmic relationship, a karmic spouse, or whatever in the fuck necessary to be like the catalyst in your life to unlock that gift for you. It's a belief, right? The only thing that's unlocking it is the belief. So, one of the 4 gifts that you have already unlocked is the ability to mind control. You've unlocked mind control, and they want me to talk about how you've unlocked mind control, okay? You, by controlling your own mind and knowing that no one else has the power to control your mind, you unlock that ability. Okay? When you know that you are not being puppeteered by another person, and that you know how to say no when you want to say no, you know how to say yes when you want to say yes, and no one has the ability to enchant you or to spell over you. Okay? The second gift that you have already unlocked is teleporting, which is a form of astral traveling, dreaming, lucid dreaming. It's an ability that you have been able to unlock for yourself, which is why a lot of things like healing yourself at a rapid rate, creating something out of nothing at a rapid rate. The hustler in you has been activated. For some of you, you call it hustling. For others of you, you call it grinding. For others of you, you call it, you get what I'm saying? You feel me? So the third is creating illusions, right? This is the gift of being able to envision the life that you want to, that you see yourself, to be able to dream about it, to be able to see a vision of yourself in the future and it hasn't happened yet. That is your third gift and ability. You also have the ability to be careful now. This is where this one gets tricky. Your third gift is very tricky, is what they're saying, because sometimes you can create the optical illusion around yourself and you can find yourself trapped in your own mirror. If that makes sense, okay? So they want you to be careful with the optical illusion one, because this is where you build glass houses. Yeah, you build glass houses and find yourself trapped in glass houses pretending to be something that you're not. So this is a gift that has been widely used unbeknownst to the collective. yeah, making like pretty houses and it just recreating something. There's a lot of scheming that happens with this gift, whether it's being used directly, whether you're using it directly, okay, like Robin Hood, or you're using it or you're allowing someone else to use you to recreate that optical illusion. Okay. The fourth gift that you are currently utilizing is incredible strength, resilience. So this is where you may feel yourself being like, I don't even know how I'm even waking up every day doing this shit. You've unlocked that incredible strength. You've unlocked that power, that resilience, that strength card that pretty much confirms that of who you are. There are certain things you shouldn't be surviving, but you're surviving it, right? There are certain circumstances that should have took you out, but it didn't. And the last thing that spirit wants me to confirm for somebody, the difference between the two, okay? The difference between the two. Because there is a very visible difference between you and others, whoever you are. For others, they have to acquire these powers manually. They have to acquire it by stealing it. They have to acquire it by capturing it, by kidnapping it. They have to acquire it by transferring it from person to person. They have to acquire it by possessing it, taking it, taker energy, right? And with you, whoever you are, you only have to unlock it. Like the power is already within you. And the only thing that you're doing is unlocking the powers that are already within you. The abilities are the abilities actually belong to you. Mhm. Because you organically unlock the abilities. And it's because you are of the origin of your creator. So your creator made you from itself, immaculate conception. Every variant of you will have to possess it or try to recreate it, but you're like immaculate conception. You make it from itself, just the same way as that infinite source gave birth to you. You kind of have that same ability. So it's like all the gifts are already within you. And this is why so many others have tried to disintegrate you, have tried to, yeah, like eradicate your existence. And that's that hunting type of energy where it's like a hound dog, stuff out this energy. Anyone that has this higher perspective, get rid of them. Bloodlines and connections. I'm seeing that scene out of, I think it's I don't know if it's Joseph or Moses. You know when they just threw all the kids off of the cliff, all the babies, and into the alligator, the crocodiles or something like that. That's what I'm seeing here. So it's been like an eradication. And there's this energy of feeling haunted or like hounded, like there's always a bounty on your head or something like that. Like no matter how hard you try to be good, you're always told you're bad or something like that. Or your spirit is always trying to be broken. Damn. Yeah, you have desire. You may have been told forever like what you desire is wrong, what you believe is wrong, what you want to do is wrong. So this is like your creator saying, release my child to me or my children to me, like release our God to us type of energy. All right, Spirit. What other messages do you have for Taurus? Okay, so we have spirit messages. Observe limitations. So, okay, let's go into the limitations because clearly there are some limitations that's preventing this next unlocking. So, some of y'all are working on your fifth gift. This may be the fifth gift of regeneration. Clear and activate, create sacred space. So, something is being activated in you. You are being cracked open. Uh, nine, completion. But something is light your own path, create conscious awareness. There may be some type of subliminal fear around really letting it out. I don't know. This may be an energy of like fearing your own gift. Like you may fear, or you may have a subconscious fear of like, I don't know if I let this out of me, how many people it would hurt in the process. There's this fear of your own potential or this fear of your own ability and not being able to control that ability or that gift within you. That's the energy that I'm picking up on. So, which deck do you want me to use, Spirit? Let's try this one. What is the what's the bottom of the deck? You have Demigod. Okay. 46. Ooh. We have the karmic, the elder, and then we have throne. This may feel like someone filled your space, or some type of catfish, or some type of false counterpart or false person has filled your spot. Okay, they may be getting help from an older person. You may feel like um, your counterpart is too deep, like deep, deep, deep in their sleep. You may feel like you can't do something without your counterpart. Okay, so in order to unlock the enchantment, okay, no, I feel like you already have that. What's the, I don't know, what is the third gift or ability? Let's see if I can figure out what gift or ability are you struggling to let out. What's the what's the gift or ability that's struggling to be open? Because you see here how his eyes are closed. Humanitarian. Oh. You're a voice for the voiceless to create reform and change, relying on the divine to guide you and protect you from harm's way. This may be to speak a certain type of way, to let spirit speak through you. This is a state of, this is like a process of physical mediumship, right? Where you see how the sunflower here is like you the human being, right? Whoever you are goes to like to the back room, and then pretty much this is a state of possession. You may be unlocking that. Damn. Yeah, this is, there's certain things that you don't want to say, or you don't want to come off as crazy, or you don't want to come off sounding like it's like there's a fear of being attacked. I feel like maybe in past lives you were assassinated. In past lives, maybe you were, when you spoke this way or you said certain things, like your throat was cut. There's something about throat restriction and feeling like you got to be in a secret or you got to go in hiding. You can't really express this gift so freely because it's almost as if there's like this program or fear around the world not accepting what it is that you have to say and it being like a sacrifice. You feel like you would be sacrificing yourself and you have to always like there's karma involved. There seems to be like karma involved. With look up, this is pretty much telling me this when you like let the Holy Ghost just step right in and ooh, ooh. Because it's like you want to make sure that you're not letting the wrong spirits use you. There's this fear of like, oh, I don't mind God using me, but I just want to make sure that it's not like a lower level entity. I just want to make sure like I'm not losing myself in the process of allowing whatever energy wants to use me. It's like you don't really have a connection with the energy that's working with you. Because Demigod is pretty much telling me that you're a variant of the original maker. And as a variant of that original maker, you're already it, but it's to the point of being afraid of yourself in a way. Because if you are the demigod, right? Then that makes you and your father or your mother one, right? So technically, whatever you're guided to say is never a mistake. It's never a coincidence. You were meant to say that and do that. It's just a matter of trust. But so much trust has been broken by powers at B or the system to the point where you don't trust no fucking body. I mean, you don't trust nobody. So it's like, I mean, if we could create a system that could do so much evil, then I know evil exists. And because I know evil exists, I don't put shit past nobody. And I want to know, I don't want to know who's running the show. I want to know who created the fucking show. Like, there's this desire of wanting to see who's the masters behind the entire system or who's the like who's puppeting the puppets type of energy. Because it feels like whatever gods were given or whatever system was given as a this is the way, the truth, and the light, it feels like even that is a lie and that's not the truth. So you want to know behind all the smoke screens who really came up with all of this and why. Why? And why would they use this type of power and target young innocents? Why would they target innocents? Why would they do this and create so much trauma? You know, why would they tempt people to do horrible things? Why would they let people hear voices? Why would the unseen realm become so manipulated? Damn. I mean, these are good questions. And I feel like those questions are the fact that you're asking those questions is the reason why you're chosen. The fact that you ask those type of questions speaks volumes about your ability to discern. And what you're in the process of doing right now is allowing that energy to be expressed through you. But the fact that you ask those type of critical questions and you're rebellious enough To consider all facts about a thing speaks volumes on your character. It speaks volumes of who you really are and why you're here. Because you won't even give yourself permission to just use something so recklessly. And that's why you're chosen to do what it is that you're doing. That's why you've been given access to recreate from something that was once broken into something reformed, into something reborn, repurposed, refurbished. Um, and that's why all of your abilities, your lifetime has mirrored that. Think about how many times you took something from nothing and made something out of it. Think about how you use what you had and you made goulash and you made soup. It's been written in your everyday life, making lemonade out of lemons. So it's not even something that comes unnatural to you. It's something that you just know innately how to do. And that's why this message is for you. The only thing that you're actually accepting is who you really are, your authenticity. Um, and once you can see that clearly, you're gonna open up to that next phase where you can really help others. Right now, I feel like there's this energy of trying to really test yourself so you know that you're capable of leading others and not leading them down a path of destruction. And I feel like how you're going to be a great leader is not by you telling people what to do, but by you leading a life of your own path. You leading a life for yourself, right? Because if your house and your journey doesn't reflect what you would like to see in the world, it's never going to be created. So I feel like this idea that you have to go, you're supposed to turn around and pull people up with you, that's a part of the optical illusion. No, you have to trust that just like you were able to see beneath the veil, that when it's time for those family members and romantic partners to wake up as well, they will. And because of you committing to what you're creating and being aware while you're creating it, you're going to give them a sense of confidence and esteem because they watched you do it first. So I feel like Spirit is kind of saying that's how you be a leader. You don't got to go around provoking people and trying to convince people that you're not devilish. You don't have to go around and convince people that you are a good person. You don't need the validation. I feel like your devious ways create a touch of danger that is hard to resist. There's a dark side to you that keeps them intrigued. Yeah, because I feel like people are intrigued to be around you, but they can't really fuck with you. And it's in reverse because you're not evil. I feel like you're just able to see that the system is the real fucking devil. You're able to see that there's so many other, like, I may be a product of my environment, right? But who created the environment that set up the people existing in the environment when they knew that if you put these people in this environment, it would create a series of events? You were created to address the powers that be, not the people you just come in contact with. And that's why you're a threat to the hidden realm, because you can see who's playing the game, right? And you're creating consciousness awareness. The hidden realm is being exposed. The more and more you look beneath the surface, the more and more you create reform, the more and more you create a life for yourself out of nothing, and you do things that's never been supposedly supposed to be done before. It creates more question. The answer here is create more questions. Just like you ask questions, the more you hear people asking questions and having opposition and expression disdain, that's a blessing, right? That's what spirit is saying. When people are saying, why would you say this and why would you say that? The fact that you are a why, you are there's a byproduct of your existence creating a stream of why this and why that. Based off your own journey, you should be able to look back and see that the reason why they're asking why is the first step to waking up. And you want them to be able to ask why because the powers that be said that don't ask why. It was the opposite. Be obedient, right? Don't ask critical questions. Don't seek for more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Just trust what I've given you, what I've told you. That don't sit well with you for a reason because you're not really the devil. It's the ones that created the optical illusion to begin with. So now you have to take what they gave you and subtract the truth from a lie. You got to be able to discern the truth from a lie, which is subtraction. Every time you use your discernment, you are in a constant state of adding and subtracting. And you're using your own innate abilities to be able to discern the truth from a lie. And you've been doing this lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. We have regal, seductive, and just a bit dangerous with Cleopatra energy. So strong you intimidate your prey. A very strong connection to Egypt. Okay? But past life energy is here. And then we have and oh wow. This is what they tell you not to be. They tell you not to use your psychic abilities. You got clairvoyance in reverse, right? Which is the ability to possess clear vision, perceiving with the mind's eye, inner vision or extended visuals, capacity that can include images from the past, present, and future. They tell you don't use your clairvoyant abilities, right? And so you're undecided if it's the right thing to do. Am I going to go to hell for that? Does God really want me to look into the past, present, and future? I'm so torn. I'm so conflicted. Ray Tay Tay. Okay. Then you got rebellion in reverse. They taught you how to be obedient. What does rebel say? Your rebellious mind is a force that is able to remove the smoke screens, the optical illusion, which cloud the minds, someone who follows their own path, not that which is popular. That's in reverse. So they've been telling you that's a no no, that's a hell no. You bet not be rebellious, you need to be obedient. And then we have warrior in reverse as well. You have a warrior spirit, not afraid to face conflict and challenges, while at the same time remain committed to a path of goodwill and fairness. Don't ask no question. Why are you worried about who's being treated right? Why are you not just accepting that this is the fate you were expected to exist in? There's so many things that are in reverse that should be never be in reverse. No one should ever be asking you to turn off your clairvoyance. No one should ever be asking you not to ask critical questions. No one should ever be asking you not to worry about who's being done right. Don't look nowhere else but yourself. Then you have Venus, which is Taurus energy, and that's in reverse too. And this card says you are deeply connected to Venus, a fountain of love, affection, and robust sensuality, bringing otherworldly pleasures. Yeah, and then they tell you that you're wrong for wanting or desiring more than your current circumstances, right? So many of y'all have been falling for the masquerade, even though you can see that's some bullshit because it don't feel right. Even if the opportunities presents itself, it's like always being at the edge of that cliff but never being willing to jump. Which, let's ask the question, right? If everything is reversed and we're looking at the story of Moses, right, or in Egypt, whatever happened when they threw the babies off the cliff. From one perspective, the babies were innocent and they were done wrong. From another perspective, right, were the babies set free? You know, there's a lot going on. And I feel like this is the space of like, I want to make sure I check every corner, or I want to make sure I check um this is like that energy where you're going through these series of dogma, and you're asking yourself, like, you're going through all these different file cabinets in your subconscious mind, and you're like, who's the protagonist, who's the villain, who's the good guy, what's this person's role, what's their life like, how did they end? Well, I don't like the way that story ended, how do I avoid that ending? And it's like trying to really you're going through the motions of trying to figure out who you are authentically, and that's okay. And I feel like spirit wants you to know that that's okay. Yeah, feeling safe. Tituba. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I think was it I think was she a conjure woman or a witch or something? I don't know the story about Tituba. But I do know it has something to do with like not fitting in. So there's this theme here that I keep getting with every deck of not fitting in, or feeling like you're not fitting in and wanting to share. Like, I feel like at one point you shared something. Yeah, snake. We got, damn. And then we have the seven sisters, and we were talking about seven generations. Hold on, cause this just went a whole nother direction. We got 3 and 4 and 7. Self-sabotage, creativity, feeling safe. Seven sisters. I don't know where my book is, and I don't have it, so I gotta look. This may have been a convent or a citadel. This may have been like with the snake and serpent, that's also wisdom, right? You may have gotten betrayed by your own convent in the past life, or you got betrayed by your own people. There's something about being betrayed, sharing. I heard pillow talk or sharing. Oh, envy and jealousy is here too. There's something about sharing. You felt like you were safe to share something, only to sabotage yourself in the end. Or these people sabotage themselves when they did something to you. This may go back eons and has happened in every timeline. When it comes to the seven sisters, I feel like you see how it's like a group here, and then one person is in this picture. This could have been like an excommunication here, or exile, sacrifice, prosecution, or something like that. Hmm. Yeah, there may have been a snake in your camp. There's always a fucking Judas somewhere, ain't it? Okay, so the story keeps repeating itself. It's like a loop. You see how the loop is here? The story keeps repeating itself. The protagonist is never too far. Where there are two or more gathered in my name, there I am. So it feels like that energy is always there. but it's gonna make you do it to yourself. It's one of the things where it's like, I'm gonna make you sabotage yourself. I'm gonna make you self destruct yourself, which means that if you can know that, if you can, okay, just as I'm saying it's trying to be erased. Okay, where there's gossip, where there's chaos, there it is. So you never have to look outside of where the chaos is. It's through the chaos you will find the answer. Is through it. You got to go through it. So it's like, it's an energy. It's an essence. It's going to always be amongst you, which is why in the movie, right, the woman king, the homies had this belief that their sisterhood was sacred, right? And when one person started to talk about the other person or create gossip, and they tried to conjure up this sabotaging energy, they eradicated it, right? They cut it, they nipped it at the head. They never let it linger. They never let it stay around. It was always custom to get rid of the bad apple, right? But I feel like Mamlambo, there's something that happened here. There's some type of betrayal where now this like it's the protagonist, but really it's not the protagonist. It's the betrayal of what they did to the protagonist. I don't fucking know, y'all. This is going deeper to shit I do not know nothing about. Okay. It's an adventure. That's how we're gonna look at it. It's an adventure. This might hurt. Ooh, this might hurt. Cause I feel like this looks really nice over here. You know what I'm saying? This looks like really nice here. This is also giving me, the garden. This is giving me Eve and the serpent vibe. This is giving me a lot. This is giving me toxicity, right? Why was something like that created? Think about it. I don't know. Let's see. Spirit, show me what happened. Because I feel like show me what happened. Damn, family. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So we have building, recognition, family, legacy. Okay. Here. This is history of the family. This goes back that up the tree. This is what this is what the this is what it was built off of. This is what you see this is also making me think of the Statue of Liberty. This is what the world was built off of. Because the Ten of Pentacles is the pursuit of happiness, right? You have memories, you have history, traditions, and cultures, and all types of great things. Lines on generations on generations on generations. But it was built off of false pretenses, or it was built off of a lie. Something was built on somebody or on something. Yeah, the emperor. Fuck. Come okay. It was built off of this patriarchal system. Oh shit. All right, so let me tell you what this is, okay? Once upon a time, I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. Once upon a time, there was a feminine energy. This feminine energy was a part of a convent, a culture, whatever. Okay, a sisterhood, a priesthood, Sibyls. It's giving me Sibyls energy with the seven sisters. It's also giving me divine feminine energy. There's camaraderie, sisterhood here, all feminine energy here. Okay, one of them felt lonely in the sisterhood. All right, I don't know. They wanted love. What was wrong with this feeling safe, hermit energy? Yeah, they felt lonely, the hermit energy. Um, but they had sacrificed probably physical relationships for this here. It's giving me matriarchal energy with the serpent energy because it's making me think of Tiamat. Okay, what happened with Tituba? Eight of Swords. She felt trapped. Six of Pentacles. Okay, so there's something about she didn't agree with a certain decision. There was going to be like some type of attack or something like that. Um, the Eight of Swords. She didn't agree with how people were being treated. Something about her not agreeing with how people were being treated, or that feminine energy didn't agree, feel like it was the right thing to do. Um, to kind of like attack. You have eight here and another eight here. This could have been clear Eight of Swords. This may have been like a planned attack. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, okay. So I feel like this was someone that fell in love. They fell in love with a Knight of Pentacles type of energy. If we give them time, they'll get it together. They may have been like told to build something. It feels like a rebellion happened here. Okay. And because the feminine energy were in charge at the time, at the matriarchal system, it's like, oh, Six of Pentacles, I'm taking care of you. You're going to bite the hand that feeds you. How are you going to say that you're not going to build what I told you to build? And this feminine energy over here could feel that masculine energy was afraid of, became envious, jealous, or afraid of the power that the matriarchal system possessed. Eight of Swords, and felt like they were trapped to do whatever physical energy. Now we're talking about masculine energy doing whatever the matriarchal system wanted them to do, and just tending to the earth and being feeling like less than in a way, but stuck to it at some point. So one of these out of these seven, this sacred sisterhood or whatever, they gave some, what did she give this person? She shared the power. She shared the power with mankind. Okay? She shared the power with mankind. She showed them the recipe. And with the chameleon energy here on the board, this is her showing how we regenerate, how we procreate, how we create something from nothing. She gave sacred sacred recipes, messages, channeled all that energy into this Knight of Pentacles that hadn't become an emperor yet, hadn't developed into that emperor yet. So, in all that pillow talk and he was a great listener. Oh shit! And so he used what he had to get what he wanted, and he held on to everything that she taught him. Ooh, and then betrayed her, Empress energy. Okay, so thus creating a curse for many generations that would never be able to experience Ten of Cups energy. Only be able to experience happiness through doing stuff and being of service or being useful. But this is like temperance here. This is what's being healed. This is what's being healed. This is what's being restored. And it's through the children where this is being restored. It's where you stand. Um, it's like y'all are like, if I could say like the star seeds that are out now, it's kind of like, you know, when you step in between your two parents that can't stop fucking fighting and you're like, stop the war, stop the violence type of it. That's how I feel like y'all are like, listen, you guys are fighting yourselves. You see here, Seven of Wands. Stop this, stop that. Stop lying to each other. Stop fighting. Stop like close this karma out. Y'all are on a loop here. And I feel like that's why so many over the next seven generations, you're going to see that children don't, as they're growing up, they're like, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to have a family. I don't want to have these things. And it comes from the Aquarius energy. But that's Sagittarius, but it's still like that water bearer energy. That's the first thing that I saw. Like, I'll do it myself. I can be masculine and feminine. I can create from myself, immaculate conception. I can conjure those two things. It's almost as if you have to be both the mother and the father to yourself. You got to be the masculine and the feminine to yourself. You got to you have to literally become a demigod in order to break this wheel, this cycle that has been repeating itself centuries on centuries on centuries. And I feel like you are constantly on the run because it's almost as if now you got the devil on your ass. The devil's like, hold up. I was enjoying the show. I was having a fucking wonderful time enjoying the entire argument. Like, yeah. So we need to go into the serpent energy. What happened here? I'm going to make y'all sabotage yourselves. Exploiting your desires. This is like to show y'all that y'all have been reduced to, damn, this is like a third party energy that's off the chain. You hear me? Look at that. The moon energy off the chain. But it's being illuminated here. Hold on. So let's see what this self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is one of like the 8 swords that I'm seeing here. It's like everything that was intended to for her or that energy is being like soul ties. Damn. This is the soul ties. Dang. Yin and yang this is the soul ties of the yin and yang energy. 32, which is a 5, that's what has to be changed. And the only way to change it is through divine feminine energy. Now, divine feminine energy is not a person. They're telling me that divine feminine energy is an energy. No one can possess, control, or tame divine feminine energy. It's shared. It's an experience, right? It's an abundance. There's no lack in divine feminine energy. It don't exist. And you can be in that frequency. Okay. Auntie's gonna bring me my car and I'll get it for you, okay? So there's soul ties. Look at that. Because I feel like there's like a child at the bottom of here. I don't know what, I don't know what they want you to do. What's this? Clarify the soul ties. Gratitude. Ooh. We have connect. Pay attention. Oh, okay. Connect and pay attention to your children. So the lesson here is for learning how to connect and pay attention to your offspring, what you create. The lesson here is to be grateful for what you've created. There's something about being, and it's going to set you free when you stop trying to run a race or you stop trying to force alignment and you just start being grateful for the connections you have made. All right. The fruit that has been yielded from everything that you've asked for. And you start paying attention and knowing how to maintain what you asked for, it's going to break the soul tie. But the soul tie can't be broken the more that you're always looking for the grass to be greener on the other side. So every time that you're in that frequency of not feeling enough or feeling as if you want to escape or run, you conjure up the entity of self-sabotage and it will speak to you. Because where you create a split, there's always you're gonna recreate the variant, right, of what you created. It's almost as if I feel like you don't get to, that's pretty much the message that they said in the beginning. We don't get to always choose the family that we're born into or the family that we want. But we need them for a reason. Because if you never heal it and you never sew it back together or stitch it back together, the only thing that you do is you create more tears, more fragments, you distort more children, you become a part of the problem. So I feel like as much as, trust me, I feel like as much as, maybe your person or you don't want to have to deal with each other, okay? You don't want to have to deal with some fucking body. But there's this energy of like feeling responsible for whatever creation has been created from your choice. So feeling obligated. And I feel like I gotta try. Oh shit. Y'all saw that? I'm sorry, YouTube. It's like not wanting to recreate another abandonment wound. Okay. And this is why somebody's like, I ain't having no kids. Fuck that. Oh my goodness. King of Pentacles. Yeah, I ain't having. Oh, y'all. Look at that. That's how you get that person, that masculine energy that be on the couch. Like back in my glory days, I used to be a boss. But I gave all that up, you know. I gave all that up to be a family person. And it feels as if it's a sacrifice to love. Like I gotta sacrifice love in order to do that. But I feel like Spirit clarify this for me. Cause shit. Which deck do you want to use, Spirit? 'Cause I don't know. And this is not going to resonate for everybody, okay? But whoever is in this energy of, dealing with a situation where there's family ties, there's blood ties that connected here. There's things that you can't fucking outrun. It goes back y'all ancestral line, you know what I'm saying? Um what's your advice to this soul tie situation? Blueprint, unconditional love. Damn. Vision and choices, unconditional love. This is a thing of having to learn how to love. Wow. More than one person. This is literally like releasing that possessive energy. It's like I have to learn how to love divine feminine, where she's a leader in her own right. And I have to learn how to work with divine feminine energy, love them, and respect their vision and respect their choices and share. It's like this is real unconditional love on a whole nother fucking level, okay? I'm talking about the type of unconditional love where males can't be mad at females for loving more than one man. Women can't be mad at males for loving more than one female. You understand? Like this some next level type of love, because if you have a stigma for one gender, then you're kind of having a split. You're creating another tear, right? Between each other. It's like you have to have equality, unconditional love, choices. The blueprint is going to always be in you seeing things and making decisions to unconditionally love someone without the expectations, without the possession energy, without, you know, trying to have dominion or control. It's like breaking everything down back to a single organism. Damn. And when you know that you could do that, then you know that you're in that frequency of unconditional love. Then you know that you have broken the chains that really, you have ascended your perspective to a higher perspective, broken the chains of Hierophant, the indoctrinations that were given to the both of you, and you're able to transition without any type of weight or burdens. And the children that you procreate with are not going to have the same type of perspective. They're going to make choices that they're not going to be born with possessive energy. They're not going to be born with control issues and neglect and abandonment. But in order to procreate off of that, in order to alchemize that energy, you have to get to that state of perception first before you try to be with your person. Otherwise, you're just going to recreate the same soul tie, because the spiritual mind, body, and spirit hasn't ascended. No matter if the person leaves that person and comes to you, if they haven't ascended spiritually, then the soul tie relationship hadn't done what it was supposed to do. The situation ain't alchemized, and all you're getting is another variant of the same person. You're not getting the best or the highest version of that person. Because really, y'all are only variations of yourselves. So when you supposed to see another woman and you like, well, that's me. How can I be jealous of her, or how can I envy her when that's me? Every time he sleep with her, he's sleeping with me, right? How can he be mad or jealous about him when every time he see her with him, he's supposed to know that that's him, that's me. He's I, and I am him. I am him. That's unconditional love. So every time that she go and sleep with him and she creating with him, it's just a variation of you. But not everybody finna think like that. Cause it's like, no, that's mine. Oh, I'm like, oh hell no. You talk about sharing. Listen, I'm just the messenger, okay? As within, so without. Because there, y'all know the wheel of, these are all the Saturn lessons that are being wrapped up right now. And the truth of the matters are coming out. Seven of Swords. The facades are dropping. Like, that's all cap. No, you ain't happy alone. You know, y'all doing it. Y'all are, man. This ain't gonna resonate for everybody, but for those of you that have made that decision in your life where you are creating your own destiny, I feel like you're gonna be in the same loop until you have healed. And I feel like you've been on this journey thus far, healing different soul ties. Those souls that are tied to you are variants of yourselves. It's you experiencing yourself, and that's the best way that I can describe it. High priestess energy. If you know, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. And it's like that's the wisdom and the ancient wisdom that's being given to you. The truth, the peace, right? This is giving up the Hierophant energy, right? And going to the high priestess. Before there was a Hierophant, there was a priest, the high priestess. You know? The high priestess communicate to the Hierophant. Whew. All right, let's get a closing message. And because look, then y'all gonna stop betraying each other and yourselves. This is self-sabotage, betraying each other. How much more? How much more? Blood got to be shed to get out of your own way. As humanity, this is humanity. This is like a the first of all, I don't know about y'all cultures, the hardest thing, especially for men to do, men especially, no matter if they're a Taurus or not. No, it has been like hardwired, programmed, and conditioned to the turd. Like why did I say turd? Oh my god, to the third degree, to feel so much shame when your spouse or a female sleeps with another male. Like, men could do it all day, but women cannot do it. Every time there's a true statement of what men can do that women can't do, that is exactly karma. Those are soul ties that wish to be broken. Um, it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when your other person do it. Then that's not unconditional love. You know, it's okay to accept. You know, what is it called? It's okay to accept same sex relationships when it comes to females, but it ain't okay when it comes to males. There's just this constant state where everyone that has like this, and it don't matter what your beliefs are, there's so many different variations of this in every culture, but it's the same shit. The only reason why that energy is able to get you to sabotage yourself is because it's putting your own foot in your mouth. Oh, I would never do this. One thing you do not want to do is cast spells over yourself. What you will never do. You just gonna have to just learn how to shut up. Because when you start speaking over yourself like that and other people, you are creating a will spiritually in this spiritual realm. And that's kind of like what's happened here. It's like that statement's only true because you keep being so uncomfortable with it. Maybe if you stop saying it so much, it'll stop being created. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Look at that broken bridge. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Ten of Swords. Nobody wins when you're feuding. Nobody. Bottom of the deck, a change for the better. This is a transformation. And then we have, how are we talking about the serpent energy and apple? Temptation will test you. Oh, shit. We're talking about the serpent energy. Is the serpent the really bad? Is the serpent the bad guy? And you have some people that be like, yes, that damn serpent. If Eve never bit the apple and fell for the serpent and was obedient, we would never have these problems. That is all cap. That is all cap. Like, for real. That is all cap. If you weren't, how about, let's try another statement. If Adam wasn't so resentful towards Eve for indulging in the apple, there wouldn't be self-sabotage. Right? How can you resent yourself? That's pretty much what it's saying. Like every time you want to hate your other, it's like you're cutting off your own hand, right? I'm mad at my person. I'm mad at them. That's like Adam, like y'all are mad at each other. It's being mad at yourself. If she came from you, and the Bible says she came from you, then to be mad at her is to be mad at yourself. If he can't, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, and first of all, what type of creep shit is that? How you get caught eating an apple, and instead of you saying you ate it and standing on your own 10 toes, you said this person tricked me. You blame. That was the birth of blaming shit, right? Blame it on, I apologize, I'm sorry, but it's all Eve's fault. So what God do? I'm gonna punish your ass as well, because you can't see that that was creep. Like, how you gonna sit there and say and put it all on her for seducing you and tempting you? What? And Eve never said nothing like that. She didn't even say, she said, yes, I did. I ate it and I found that it was fucking good. Now that is some real shit. I ate it and I found that it was good. I liked it a lot. And for the longest, it has been, oh hell no, you enjoyed that too much. Oh, get back to basics. So I feel like this is like the basis of communication. Writing is a quill, right? Communication, how you talk to each other. What creates broken bridges is, not being too stubborn to change the way in which you speak to each other. And then judging each other for your own temptations. Taking accountability. It's the same old love song. No matter how old you get, no matter how many generations are born, it's the same old, same old. Look at that. And then, oh my God. And it's like, oh, okay, I see parting of the ways in either romance or business. Yeah, and then it's like they will never leave each other, but the relationship is broken a long time ago. It's like no matter if they get married, the marriage was doomed from the beginning that Eve ever ate the apple. And it's like dealing's a relationship with a young woman. So it's like saying anytime they're dealing with a feminine energy, it's like the only thing that you're good for is creating more apples. It's like putting them under that type of spell and then punishing them for all eternity to only be ever good at procreating more apples and reducing them down to nothing more than broken promises and then oppressing them by it. Yeah, and then when they become a woman, then they become bad. Or when they get around an older woman or someone else, it's like, oh Lord, this is too much. This is too much. Yeah, teaching them from very young how you never break up a family. But trust me, that spell only gonna last but so long. Cause when they hit puberty, and they get a certain age, they gonna act out anyway. Because they want to be in a feminine energy, wants to be in abundance energy. They do not want to be. I don't care what no woman say. Women, they aspire to be married and to be in a monogamous type of situation, because they were conditioned to think that way. And I'm not knocking monogamy. Do what you love. But what I'm saying is, she may never tell you this. A feminine energy may never tell you this, but she gonna fantasize. Trust and believe, she fantasized about other people for sure. At some point in her life, you was not it for her. If she fucking stayed with you and she was unhappy, it was only because of obligation and duty, just as much as you. But trust me, she just know that you can't take it. You can't, masculine energy can't take the truth. And the truth is, just like you have desires, she have desires. And what makes her so scorned and so mad is because she don't act on her desires out of fear that you will leave her, or out of fear that she will break up what she created with you. But you act on those desires, thus leaving her scorned and upset, because it's hypocritical. So from the very beginning, it was doomed, because you held a level of expectation over her that you didn't hold for yourself. And then if she did tell you the truth about her fantasies and her desires, you would look at her as if she was the sin from that she came straight from the devil. If she told you that she had occasionally desired being held up in the sky and twirled and shit and all types of freaky stuff, you would look at her differently. And she may not even want to experience that shit with you. But she don't want to break your she don't want to break your ego. she don't want to she don't want to hurt you that bad. But the truth is, occasionally there are limitations that men have that cannot satisfy a woman. I'm sorry, y'all got different size strokes for a reason. It's not personal. But you can. Okay, I think I said enough. I think I said enough. It's okay. Uh, yeah, it's just, I'm not gonna tell all the women's secrets, okay? Y'all men can't handle it. If y'all knew half of women's truths, you would not be able to take it. Okay? Stop asking for something you can't take. Don't ask for the truth. Don't do it. Don't do it. Which is why it really takes to a point where a woman is done before they'll actually ever really tell you the truth. Okay? You want to know the truth? It's going to be at the point where she decide that she done. And that's the only time. That's going to be the only time. See, this is history repeating itself. Because that's what men want to do, Knight of Pentacles. They going to sit there, going to be a great listener, and they going to listen to it. And then they going to apply everything that you said, and they going to do it right back. And then they going to be like, okay, pinch again. Now I know how to handle y'all. I hear y'all. I ain't going to say the curse word part, but I hear y'all. So let me tell you something. You can't break my soul. You cannot. It's like, why would you try it? Oh my goodness. Spirit, take the wheel. Let me put my cards away. Spirit told me to stop. Okay. Okay, so yeah, Taurus, this is the channel messages that I have. This is a lot to unpack. I still got to process it my damn self. But as always, I'm sending y'all lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on y'all journey. What I can tell you is I do feel like a lot of the messages are going to be, you know, again, I have no control over what comes out, but I will tell you that if you would like to personally check on your situation, be sure to check out my community tab on this channel and my community tab on my Talk Tequila channel. All of those links to the channels are in the description box. You can sign up for a personal reading with me for only $28. The first 22 people get $10 off. I will provide you with the code. The first 20 people, excuse me, get $10 off. So that'd be like $18 or so. I'll provide you with the code in the description box as well, on the community tab as well. And all you have to do is when you're checking out, put the code in, and it's going to automatically take the money off. I'm going to place it to where you can ask up to 2 questions per person. I'm going to leave it live during the stream so you can still book while the stream is playing. I haven't come up with the date yet, but I will do it sometime either this weekend or next week. Just check out for the flyer on the community tab. When you sign up and you click the link to purchase the reading, it's going to also keep you updated of when the stream is going live. It's going to keep you updated of when is your next turn to, like, you don't have to wait on the live stream for your question because they're going to update you for me and let you know when it's your turn. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all come back. It's going to be on my Talk Tequila channel. If you are interested in the tarot workshop and you would like to participate, the deadline for signing up for tarot classes is July 31st. After August 1st, I will be completely preparing for those of you that are going to be in the live Zoom over the next month. Okay, so it's a month-long course. It's daily participation and stuff like that. So that is going to be on starts August 5th in the evening. Okay, so we'll meet once a week every Saturday for the month of August. Okay, so I'm sending y'all lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, I'll be back later on. All right, bye, Taurus. How do I do this? Ugh. Hold on.